Yuki Tsunoda is in plenty of trouble as Red Bull are actively trying to replace him, and this could come as soon as inside the middle of the 2025 season. So regardless of having activated their alternative on Tsunoda's settlement in 2024 and preventing him from departing Red Bull's long-term plans for him continue to be constrained, the Milton Keynes Club may additionally replace the 24-year-old this season with a sturdy candidate already mounted and backed by means of helmet, Marco. So may want to Tsunoda be out next subsequent 12 months, who should update him. Their second squad VCARB for nearly 18 months. Sergio Perez's destiny dominated the headlines, but now it is Tsunoda who is inside the spotlight the selection to raise Liam Lawson, while obviously Vast is not going to affect the continued Mergo Spiracle at Milton Keynes and Fenza, leaving aside Lawson's possibilities as opposed to Max Van. There is another essential attention where Yuki Tsunoda fits into the crew's plans in view that Tsunoda commenced matching Pierre Gasly in 2022. The Japanese Motorforce has served as a fantastic reference at VCB in current seasons. The F Venza base crew has depended on him to attain the majority of its points. That is not likely to change for the duration of 2025. Having said that, Red Bull has demonstrated little interest in marketing him, notwithstanding his spectacular performances in opposition to Nick Dev and Daniel Ricciardo. Christian Horner's team decided against promoting Tsunoda given the degree of Tsunoda's performance last year. Red Bull's opinion of him appears set in stone in evaluation. Red Bull seems to have disregarded Lawson's combat with Bottas at the Qatar Grand Prix. Further little change in two stated while he confirmed Sergio Perez the center finger in Mexico. Those are extra extreme variations of the occurrences that Tsunoda has regularly been chastised for. Christian Horner's studies of the VCB duo continuously indicated that Lawson changed into the most advantageous candidate to sign up for the primary crew with this in mind. Helmut Marko has already diagnosed a possible replacement for the Japanese driver, one that might step in at any moment next year. May it's want it. It's far rarely an exaggeration to mention that Red Bull's academy has now not been maximized in latest years because of a combination of available expertise and organizational decisions. Their young athletes have regularly didn't make the transition to the principal roster with this in thoughts. Their excitement for Arvid Lindblad is astounding. The 17-year vintage will make his Method 2 debut this season after competing for the Method 3 Championship Ultimate Wire, finishing fourth. Red Bull is quite bullish about Lindblad, with Helmut Marko praising the Academy Motorforce on numerous events during the last 12 months. Lindblad is likewise at the approach of acquiring the desired super license factors to compete in Formula 1. If he does nicely in F2 this season, it is not unexpected that he is going to gain a gap at VCB in the meantime. Christian Horner has recognized that retaining Coda beyond 2025 may be impractical. No matter offering a knee manscaped featherless rainbow on the cuffs of his Flash Pro, the fact that he seems to produce the Bach Pass 2025 may be impractical, no matter offering tremendous backyard stick against which Red Bull can evaluate other possibilities. Their interest in Coda is constrained in any case. VCB is a team created mainly for Red Bull candidates. Tsunoda's efforts have yielded little evidence that Red Bull is interested by elevating him. Although there are fewer options inside the market, there should still be opportunities for Japanese drivers in 2025. Assuming a positive offer is available in Coda, might be one of the first drivers to sign with a brand new team this year. So wherein does he cross, and does it make feel that Red Bull need to put off Coda? However, Yuki Tsunoda has expressed his pleasure together with his current role at Red Bull, however, has admitted that Aston Martin is maybe on his radar. Within the Destiny, Tsunoda has near ties with electricity unit manufacturer Honda in an effort to electricity the Silverstone-based group once they go away, Red Bull, in 2026, prompting hypothesis that he might join Aston Martin within the Destiny naming. Aston Martin is also on to look someplace else within the Destiny naming. Aston Martin is a possibility, despite the fact that both seats are below settlement with Fernando Alonso and Lance walked. To this point, very happy with the VCB. He said halfway through final season, I suggest now we are fighting like nearly, yet occasionally like even P7 or PI. So I imply other alternatives, and perhaps possibly now the top groups are quite a whole lot taken. Probable we're the strongest crew inside the midfield. As a minimum, we're going to see, I think, obviously, in particular, once I'm in Red Bull, you need to always goal for Red Bull, but you recognize in the event that they don't need me or they're no longer awaiting me into the seat, yeah, if I've got an exciting offer, that might be better than even VCB or Red Bull. Yeah, I'll think about it, but also have a big loyalty to Red Bull, as without them I would not be here, and obviously Honda is nicely. And talking of Honda, maybe Aston Martin. But Aston also, they're taken by using two drivers, so yeah, I suggest it is quite open. But to date, I'm glad with VCB. This mindset has likely changed in recent weeks after mastering he might live caught at VCB, even as seeing Lawson getting promoted to Red Bull with best half a season of Revel in. So may it want to this be Tsunoda's last full or maybe half season in the Red Bull circle of relatives. What do you think, however? That is not all, as there is another driving force on track who is already on the tipping point of being sacked earlier than even starting the first race in 2025, and that is Jack Duen, who has just had his first begin ever in Formula One in the final race of the 2024 season. Alpine spent the majority of 2024 on the center of a hypertension, which can be harvested by either compressing the vehicle's lung to numb a hypertension or by increasing the rising blood pressure inside the vehicle's midi-wagon to the point where the motor response doubles down on itself, causing the heart to contract and die. Contributing Switch Marketplace, even after asserting that Jack Doohan would complete Alpine's 2025 lineup, rumors circulated that Alpine become in talks with Franco Capino executive advisor Flavio Briatore has coped with this, and Doohan may not like his comments one bit. Over the last stages of closing Yuri's marketing campaign, Alpine's interest in Franco Capino increased cautiously. The French team's enthusiasm for Colapinto peaked following America Grand Prix, where the Argentine secured a second factors finish for Williams. At the time, Jack Doohan had already been showed for the 2025 season. However, when Alpine employed Doohan, Colapinto became still competing in Formula 2, and consequently, now not on the cruise radar. This virtually altered because the Yar endured with Flavio Briatore, considering Colapinto as a possible alternative for the squad to pursue, given Doohan's stated agreement with Alpine. There has been significant suspicion regarding recommendations that a closing minute exchange to their lineup changed into at the cards, particularly after Doohan became granted desired a Formula One start, basically gratifying Alpine's settlement obligations, paving open the way for a shock swap. Wall requested if he ever negotiated with Colapinto. Flavio Briatore answered brazenly after ultimate season's conclusion, "Yes, that's genuine," he stated. "I am always searching out the fine alternatives for us. Gasly did a top-notch task closing season, and we're starting the brand new season with him, Jack. But who knows what is going to happen with Paul Aon. We also have a strong reserve driving force below agreement." Briatore delivered it. It's miles uncertain how close Franco Colapinto got here to securing an Alpine seat. Possibly the most important obstacle to a deal turned into his preceding settlement with Williams. Unsurprisingly, the monetary price of signing him, far from James Vowles' crew, became good size given the results and sponsors Colapinto has introduced to the squad in one of these short time frame. Williams in reality values the 21-year vintage as a result. Brie is believed to have located the Grove-based outfit's asking price too exorbitant. The Williams driving force past due season mistakes had been additionally expected to damage his chances. Notwithstanding the accolades he earned after prevailing factors in Bakuta and Kuta, his subsequent crashes proved pricey no longer. Best for the team, however, that race competed in 2019. For Kino's market really worth the Argentine's mishaps passed off at the worst possible time, despite the fact that Briatore turned into scene speaking with Capino as past due because the Qatar GR Prix. It is believed that a deal have become increasingly out of reach. Of course, matters will alternate this season. Colapinto could be aggressively in search of an F1 spot. Crucially, his Williams deal is not likely to bog down negotiations before 2026. Briatore has made it clean that he expects the great from his driver pairings, which means rookie Jack Doohan will no longer have a whole lot respiratory room within the early rounds. Making predictions about how Alpine will do for the duration of F1's silly season is generally difficult. With that said, if any group is going to make bold changes, it's the one led through Flavio Briatore, and that would imply we may want to see Capino in an Alpine very soon. And that's who's coming to Fruitvilla tomorrow, with 2 years color assignments tied up with contract valuations to enable there to be no trade-offs between barrier contracts and prices. But what does that mean for the comping that can be in an Alpine very soon, and how the future may play? Who understand he may even have a take a look at Coda as well. So who will get replaced first subsequent season, and which driving force can be the first to enroll in the grid in 2025? Permit me understand your thoughts inside the remarks down beneath.